you're listening to me, that means you bought a tape or whatever. So I hope you'll enjoy my stories. And they're not jokes. They're real, true to life. And it's not belittling anybody or making fun or whatever. If you're not born in the city and you come here for the first time, well, I guess there's stuff you got to go through. So I'd just like to explain that my stories are going back to 1963, 62, so you're looking at 25 years. Now that's a quarter of a century. Today, the young ones coming up from home, they see stuff on television and everything, but that wasn't the case with us. So sit back and I hope you enjoy my stories. Here's the first one, and it's about the streetcar in Toronto. So down home, you broke and you're dreaming of this and dreaming of better times, and every summer people are home, big flashy cars, lots of money, and they all come from Toronto. So the ultimate is to go to Toronto. You're going to make it when you go to Toronto. So anyway, up I comes and going for my first job, and I have to get on the streetcar. Now, don't know what it looks like or anything, but I'm told, oh, just go out on the street, and it's red and yellow, and you'll know it when you see it, and all this and that. And so I goes out onto the street, and I got this piece of paper, directions where I'm going to. I'm going looking for a job. So this thing comes along, and I'm waving and flapping my arms and trying to stop him like I would do down home. No, he goes on by. So after he went by, and I had to look at the thing, it had no tires on it, or it was all hooked up with wires and everything. I didn't know it was electric streetcar. So I thought, oh, the reason he didn't stop is because he's broke and he's on his way to the garage. I'm glad I didn't get on it. So next one comes along, and I'm doing the same thing, flagging and flapping my arms and doing everything for Buddy to see me. No, he goes on by too. So I'm thinking, something's not right here, you know. So first one come along the street was a woman, and I said to her, I said, listen, I said, how do you stop them streetcars? So she said, what do you mean? I said, well, I got to get on it, and I'm flagging them down, but he don't see me. Like, how come? Well, what have I got to do? So she said, oh, you go, there's stops, designated stops, and the pole is painted, I don't know, red or whatever, and you stand there, and then he knows you're getting on. Well, I knew enough, you know, not to run out in front of the cars, because I already saw the streetcar in the middle of the road, and I thought, now, he can't pull over to the curb, because he's on a track, and the cars are going by, I can't run out in front of the car. So I thought, oh, the hell with it, I'll do like she says, and I'll go to this painted pole, and I'll wait for him to stop. So, streetcar comes along, finally, and I'm at the right stop, and I go to get on, and there, he opens the door, and he's there, large as life, sitting on a chair, no steering wheel. So I thought, God, you know. But he said, you getting on or what? So I jumped on, I didn't know, and I was so fascinated by how he was going to maneuver without this steering wheel, and he knew right off the bat that I was never on nothing like that in my life, and I suppose he thought to himself, I got a real live one here, you know. So I didn't know you had to have the money ready, and didn't know how much it was or nothing like that, and he never said to me, well, look, you know, sit down or hold on or brace yourself or anything like that. And I got my head buried in my purse looking for $1, like to pay. So he put her to the mat and he took off. And I wasn't ready. I wasn't braced or nothing. So when he took off, I went flying to the back of the bus. And oh my God, I was banging into seats on the way down, and my ribs hurt and everything. I crashed down the back of the bus and everything. And my pride, oh my God, and I was half crying and everything. But I thought, oh, well, like, swallowed me pride, and I went back up again. So I give him a dollar that I had in my hand there, and he never told me, that it was 20 cents or 30 cents or whatever it was for the bus. I give him the dollar, and he flicked all that change stuff, and he give me my money back. So still, I didn't count the change because I thought that wasn't polite. Like, I thought if I stand there counting my money, he'll say, well, what do you think, I'm going to cheat you or something? So I never counted it. So I took all the money in my hand, all the change. My ribs was hurting and everything. So I was looking for a seat to sit down. I'm trotting down the back of the bus, and he said, hey, where's your car fare? So then I thought, car fare? I knew I give him the dollar. So then he pounded his fist on the box there where you put your money in. So he said, put your money in the box or get off. So I just took all what was in my hand and I dumped it in the box. And he never gave me nothing back. He let me put in the whole dollar, like, So I sat down, and them days, once, well, not that I knew anything about rush hour, but when rush hour was over, there wasn't too many people around. So there weren't that many on the bus. And the ones that were there never said nothing because they don't get involved up here. So anyway, I sit down, and I was trying to piece myself together. I was pretty shook up. So then he started calling out the names of the streets. But I didn't know what he was doing, see? And I didn't even know where in the hell I lived. But it was in the East End. So there's a street, today I know it's called Sumash or something. But he's starting to call out the names of the streets, and I'm sitting there, right? So he's hollering, Suma, Suma, next thing, Suma. And I thought to myself, he's nutty as a fruitcake. How the hell did he get a job? So I thought, I'm getting off this because he's nuts, So I went up to I didn't know how to get off or anything, but I went up to the door. And I wanted to get off the front door because down home, they say you have to go out the same door you come in or it's bad luck, see? So I'm standing at the front door. Nobody, he wouldn't pretend he sees me or nothing like that. So I don't know anything about ringing a bell or nothing. No, I can't get off. And I saw the pole painted, so I thought, he's supposed to stop. So, and he wouldn't gratify me to tell me nothing, see? So then I went and I sat down again. I thought, well, I'll wait. And I'm looking, I'm heading for Simpson's, by the way. I don't know where Simpson's is at. And I asked him, I said, do you know where Simpson's is? And if you do, can you let me off there? So maybe that's why he started calling out the streets. I don't know. But anyway, I went and I sat down again. So I thought, I better watch and I'll see what other people do. So I didn't know how far Simpson's was or nothing. So then I suppose the next place we come to must have been some kind of a major intersection or something. Because I noticed when some people came on, some gave him a piece of white paper, and he gave others a piece of white paper himself, and another woman just hold hers up in the air, and he didn't take it, and she didn't give it to him. So I let that go by. So I went to the door again, to the front door. No, it wouldn't let me off, and he wouldn't tell me nothing. So I thought, well, maybe that's what a car fare was, one of them pieces of papers. So I said to him, when I saw he wasn't letting me off, I said, I wonder, I said, can you give me one of them pieces of paper that you give everybody else? So he didn't tell me that it was a transfer slip or nothing like that. He just shoved this piece of paper at me. I thought I needed it to get off. So I'm standing there with the piece of paper. I thought, now I can get off. Now I can get off because I got this piece of paper. No, I can't get off again. So I sat down. Oh yeah, then that time I went up to the door. He says, rear door exit. Well, didn't mean nothing to me. And down home, like, oh God forgive me, but favorite saying, like every time somebody say, kiss me arse. So rear, I thought he was telling me that, like, in a fancy way. So I said, you too, buddy. So I sat down again. So then a man was sitting there, and so I said to him, I said, look, I said, how do you get off of these things anyway? He said, yeah, you get off at the rear door. So then I stood at the rear door. Well, he stopped at the stop, but he didn't open the doors, see? Then he showed me to ring the bell. So ding, 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 and I'm ringing on the bell and everything. He come to another stop, and I'm standing there, and he still won't open the door. So, like, I was frustrated, and oh my God, I was fit for tears and everything. So I hollered up to him. I said, in the name of Jesus, Mary and Joseph, can you let me off? Well, what do I got to do to get off of this thing? So he says, step on the step. I said, well, I'm on the step. Step down, he said, and here, all you had to do was to step down, and it was automatic doors. But I guess he was getting tired of pulling his fun off on me, and I guess he figured, oh, well, she had enough, like, you know, I'll let her go now, like, you know. So I stepped on the steps, and boom, the doors open automatic, and I jumped off right into that. Oh, my nerves.